Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Meticulous Talks, September 16th in the evening. I'm cursedchords, and tonight I have a guest.
Am I Hithrock?
That would be awkward. I thought I had booked Bugle.
Oh, okay. Am I Pancake?
That's a possibility, I guess.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pancake was supposed to join us, but had something come up and isn't available right now. If he shows up later, we'll be happy to have him, but until then, it's just going to be you and I, Bugle.
Yep. That's fine. I'm sure we can handle things until he shows up.
Yeah, for sure. For those of you who I can't imagine how anyone could be here and not know what's going on. But for anyone who doesn't aware of that, this is the start of this year's Invitational tournament. We have 8.
Well, the start of the matches.
Right. It's the start. The tournament, strictly speaking, started like a month ago. We got everyone together and started building the decks. But yes, this is the start of the sort of publicly facing part where you get to watch some amazing players play some amazing games with amazing commentary.
That's a lot of amazing.
It's an amazing time of year.
Huh. With 3 amazings, you'd think it could upgrade to a spectacular.
We'll see by the end of the stream.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this is the first week. Our first match is between Bugle and Pancake, our perennial first round contenders.
And this time, we're doing it first. We have a history of doing it last.
It's true. Well, yeah, things worked out so that we could get the easy match out of the way quickly.
Oh, this is the easy one. Oh.
Well, for a variety of reasons, yeah. You guys both know the ropes. You guys have been here before, played each other before.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Anyway, so yeah. If this is your first time watching the Invitationals, what we're going to have is a best of 3 game match, 3-game match, where the first one, for this game, the first one is core, the second one is adventure, the third one, if we need it, will be a random choice between the two of them. Pancake and Bugle.
Yeah.
Each brought...
I know the answer, but
yeah,
I guess the viewers at home don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep them in suspense for now. So yeah, first game was core. You and Pancake both had a choice of 2 decks to pick from. As we usually do, let's start by going over the decks that you chose. So,
sure.
Since you're here, I guess we'll start with yours. The Student 6 yellow-pink thing.
And blue.
And blue.
There is also blue in this list.
There is also blue. It's actually a pretty important blue.
Yes.
I had a hard time trying to put together your key cards, I'll admit. There's a lot of strength in here.
This deck is very, very efficient. It actually went through a lot of iteration. For example, there used to be another 1-cost blue friend with Traveler that might synergize pretty well with Party Marin here. It actually used to be a lot more blue than it is currently as well. Just tried a true tricolor like Eminently Sensible has done in the past. The reason I came up with this deck is actually quite fascinating. At least it is to me, and hopefully it is to you and the people at home. You personally, Cursed, may recall that at Continentals this year, I told you that I had an idea for a deck that I was going to play in the Invitational.
That's right, yeah.
I was very proud of the fact that I had come up with an ember, no, not ember, a smolder purple list. And that smolder purple list eventually became a smolder purple white list. And then someone, possibly me, decided buckball strategy would be banned.
Yes.
So I started going, well, maybe I can salvage this. Maybe I can make this deck still work. We'll just have a harder time if my opponent is playing Tempest or whatever. No one's going to do that. It'll be fine. Then someone, maybe me, decided Staff of Sakanis was going to be banned. And I had this orange, purple, white list. And I wanted a complement to it I was thinking, hey, orange, purple, white, that's Luna. Blue, pink, yellow, that's Celestia. Eminently Sensible has played blue, pink, yellow successfully in the Invitational in the past. Maybe I'll do that. So this was supposed to be a complement to that deck that I banned myself twice. um, and because it was no longer a complement, I didn't feel the need to stick too heavily to the blue.
Mhm.
But the 2 blue cards that are in here are just super good. They are efficient, they give you power, they are good at every stage of the game. Well, okay, Shu Shine is not terribly good turn 1 or turn 2, but after that, she's pretty good.
After that, incredible. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, the name of the game is efficiency here. And I'm very happy with what I came up with.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. That's a fascinating story to tell, especially given that the kind of matched set of this pair is not here. Because
Right.
yeah,
Yes. The other list is in Ember colors instead of Luna colors now.
interesting. But yeah, this is. I think it was Roman who was always on the idea of using Student 6 to not just do reanimator stuff, uh, and use it for proper just value in general.
Well, when Student 6 first came out, my first instinct was to use them, I suppose, in a blue, pink, yellow, white deck.
Okay,
I was very ambitious.
right, we're most of the way there.
Yeah.
Doesn't take that much to throw some white in.
I mean, it had bodyguard and reanimation strategies and all sorts of fun stuff. But, I mean, being able to cheat out requirement is huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we'll see some of that as well, particularly in this list. Yeah. Your opponent is playing Cadence Blue.
Also, two of the same colors, not what you want with a Student 6 main.
Usually a pretty unfortunate thing to have happen. Yes. Shall we? Let's just switch over to Pancake's list here.
Let's see what Pancake's got.
From what I understand, this is a fairly traditional Cadence list.
I think the only thing he changed was the starting problem, because the starting problem was banned.
Yes. And that is so. Like, as someone who also brought a Cadence list to Invitationals, I can tell you that was something that I thought about a little bit, and I think having a 4 or less starting problem is really important as Cadence.
Well, not only that, Cadence can't really take advantage of party science while she's unboosted here. Pipsqueak, you can play Pipsqueak just fine, but already costs 1 and it's a minimum of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Party Mare, you can't play and also has the same issue. I believe the only friend in the entire deck that can take advantage of Party Science turn 1 is, or at least with an unflipped cadence, is Pinkie Pie, Holiday Spirit.
Right.
And that turns out that's not the synergy that you want here.
Yeah.
You want more synergy, rather. It's not the extent of the synergy you want.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the one kind of questionable choice perhaps to be made. In general, though, Cadence remains an extremely generally strong deck.
Yeah.
The I have Pipsqueak on there as a key card just because like turn 1 is such a strong play.
Yeah.
And usually, almost always, sticks around for the whole game. Probably draws you like 10 cards then.
Yeah, I am remembering I am incorrect. This is not the stock list because I know Pancake specifically went up to 3 Pipsqueaks because of the lack of Buckball.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
I don't remember what got cut. Oh, the vinyl. There's no DJ in here.
Right. That's single vinyl. Yes.
Yeah. But notably, he only sideboarded out 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
The blindfolds makes a lot of sense. I guess we didn't talk about my sideboards. We can do that afterwards,
yeah.
I guess.
Back for that.
But the blindfolds make sense. The Student 6 list is not Reanimator. It is not cheating things into play in any way. It can search its deck with Mystery at high, or you know what the mystery.
Yes, the problem.
Yeah. But you don't run Somnambula's blindfold just for that. And he cut a single Silver Stream, but only one because my deck is running Treehouse of Friendship, and turns out aggro decks like having that card and like the opponent not to have that card.
Yeah, it's Treehouse has always been like one of the most good cards that hasn't seen much play. Just because it's 4/4 Rex in colors that I think a lot of people don't gravitate towards. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm being presumptuous to say that, but
and there are 2 people in this invitational running Treehouse. I am not the only one. As you mentioned earlier in your previous stream, GP is also running Treehouse, which is very cool.
that is cool. Yeah. So Cadence is fairly aggressive. Your deck is fairly aggressive, I think.
Yeah.
In all the aggro colors. Is this just
kind of like to say my deck is a... Well, I guess if my deck is a mid-range deck, I guess Cadence is a mid-range deck, because they both have the same issue, where they have 1 or 2 turns that aren't all that great,
right,
and then they're just on for the entire rest of the game.
Yeah, which... I mean, I think we're kind of splitting
Maybe
hairs at that
aggro.
point. If that's what you call not aggro. So it sounds like this is just going to be a race then.
Yes, this should just be a race. You'll notice Pancake is not a coward and is in fact running rules technicality due to the fact that he has 3 discords. My deck does not have rules technicality, but I also only have 6 blue cards. I can't afford to run a 4 blue requirement problem in my deck.
Yeah, makes sense.
But other than his rules technicality, he has no point acceleration aside from being fast, while I have Bunyebs. So,
Yep.
I do think I'm a little advantaged here because we both have mains that give us resources. We both have a lot of disruption, but I have the point acceleration. Well, the cheaper point acceleration, I should say.
Yeah. Pancake does have the 1 Wrath of Gilda as a reset.
This is true. He does have the Wrath of Gilda, which can allow him to come back from a devastating board position. And he has pretty good card draw, considering it's on his main.
Absolutely. I guess we'll just quickly head back to yours to quickly discuss your sideboard.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't think there's too terribly much to discuss here. Just taking out T with Discord because Pancake has no troublemakers, and paying 3 to replace a problem and do nothing else is not that great. And I took out Yona because his 3+ power friends are not really things I want to come back.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What is that? Mullet Dash and
Spitfire.
Yeah.
Transformation Dash, which just lets him bring back another dash.
Yes. Yeah, all good good things to want to have again, for sure.
Yeah. Ostensibly, it could be used to bounce a party mare that gets out of control, but we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. All right. So that's our intro. The first match. Let's get to it, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we're taking it here from Stearns.
Yeah. Pancake rolled an 18, and then
So
I
early, too.
rolled a 20. I'm wasting my nat 20s before the session today. I will play first. Oh, Pancake actually has a pretty good hand here because he has enough friends where he could flip his main, despite
You guys
the
all ready to
wreck
start?
issues and unflipped Cadence can provide here.
Right.
I mean, you're not super excited to see 2 pipsqueaks, but you'll take it.
Much better than none.
Well, I have to keep this, but now I have to choose a color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Before we start, are you guys both ready?
Yes.
So
Okay, yeah.
choosing a
I'm gonna
color
start the
here.
timer.
I want to choose pink, but
I'm gonna choose.
I can function choosing yellow just fine. And because my opponent has a pink main, I choose yellow, despite having a yellow entry card in my hand.
Right.
I'm not thrilled to choose yellow here, but reducing the cost of the main is just more important to me.
And that makes sense. In an aggro versus aggro match, getting your main flipped over as student 6 quickly is going to be incredibly important for those counters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my turn 2 play is literally pay 4, flip my main. I'm going to hope that you confront next turn. Because that will let me put Party Mare into play on turn 3. Despite having 0 pink.
Anything else I want?
So I guess Pancake is thinking about if he wants to play the other pipsqueak or.
I will pass turn.
Okay. 2 draw. So Pinky and Skystar, again, I don't want to bounce that many things in Pancake's list, but there's enough things that it's fine, and you also get a 3 power body out of it.
Right.
And the hasty is quite nice. Pancake with a transform dash goes well with that Professor of Loyalty.
Yeah.
Oh, Eager I may.
Yes, you.
Eager is not a May, but you've only drawn 1 card and you hadn't specified what it was for.
I will say that was Eager.
So now Pancake is kind of drowning in entry, which isn't great.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, yeah.
Okay. No turn 2 confront, really.
Yeah, I've got a
yeah, he doesn't have enough
3
pink
requirement.
Yeah, to confront.
Yes.
Party sign.
You have 2 pink requirement even. Yeah, so my opponent foiled my plans by not confronting, so I just pass back.
Draw Eager.
Like I could bounce Pipsqueak, but I think there's just more valuable things I could potentially bounce in the future.
Those 2 draws fixes up Pancake's hand quite a lot.
Yeah, the what's her name? Shoeshine is very good in this deck. Like, there's only 2 copies, I believe, but she's very efficient. Right, Pancake deciding to use
0 for I have a
bucket here, which is, I don't think he wanted to pick bucket here because playing bucket tells me do not play School of Friendship.
I will move to confront.
He would much rather have surprised me with by taking my School of Friend, or not School of Friend, Treehouse.
Yeah.
So now I have a counter, and Reanimator decks like to save up their counters until 3, 4, or even 5. This deck likes to spend its counters every single turn, if possible.
Right. And in this case, that means... Oh, I already forget. Is it Shoeshine or Party Mare?
It's Party Mare to get some pink entry going up, I do believe. Because by putting Party Mare into play, I can then play the Lyra as well.
Right.
Which now I've got all sorts of pink. If not a Shoeshine, if Party Mare moves next turn, I'll have enough to play Selena Blue as well. And by playing the Lyra here, I can actually get to see my opponent's hand after putting a card in. Into his hand.
Right. Yeah. For those unaware, maybe you haven't seen Lyra before. It is, when you put a card in an opponent's hand, you get to see their hand.
Pay 1 for a Bunyip that's about to be frightened.
Me calling that he's going to use to stop fighting on the Bunyip immediately.
Okay.
Which is very sad for me because it means I don't get a counter. But it's
any other
the line of play I had.
No. 1 for eager. 1 for draw.
So another bucket. Okay.
I'll play Party Mare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not great having 2 buckets in your hand.
Yeah, especially in a situation as you said now.
Ooh, okay.
The opponent is aware of them.
Yeah,
sure. I'll get a counter.
Yep. Yours.
Ready. Gain.
So
3.
again, I have 1 counter and I want to use my counters every turn.
Okay.
So I conveniently have a 1-cost friend in my hand who is pretty good.
Oh, well.
And I don't have the requirement for.
Draw card. I guess I shouldn't complain too bad. My friend's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And as you mentioned at the start, we're kind of already through the part of the game where Shoeshine wouldn't be a good play.
Right, yeah. In fact, I believe I just try and DFO here.
Nope.
Score phase.
Maybe I just think, I don't remember.
Front for 1.
Looks like it's a single.
Go ahead.
Okay, this turn was just a single, but
I draw for eager now.
you can only use Student 6 once a turn, so you might as well use her as often as, or them as often as you can.
Yours.
Sure.
Well, this is a turn where Pancake's going to be thinking about DFO himself. Well,
now is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, not moving the Party Mare
would explain why the
don't get a free counter.
Okay.
Right.
But drawing the plushie dash
with
2 Traveler friends, you're very happy.
I guess he only has 2.
That should do it. I think.
Well, assuming I don't use that scary story in my hand.
Yeah. But even so, like if
I'm going to.
Cadence wants to have a face-off as soon as possible.
Party Science.
Okay. Yes.
Flip herself over, so.
I will play Swinging Wonders to drag Angel Wings and Party Mare living it up.
So picking Angel Wings lets him also drag the
Party Mare.
The Fleetfoot immediately, who I called Shoeshine earlier.
Right. Angel Wings triggers Fleetfoot.
Yes. Well, and
Party Mare does not.
right, because this is its
Yeah.
own individual trigger beforehand.
So
Right.
now
This
he's
is
got
a
9
single
power. He is
And then
over
I will move to
confronting,
confront Mystery at Hope Hollow.
Let's think about
but
this.
one of those
I
friends
did-
is
hold on.
bigger than the
Put a counter
rest.
on my main.
And I quickly do the math here and confirm that I can. Well, okay, I guess
You're up.
took
by
me a bit. I
3.
guess I was trying to decide,
Uh,
do I want to let this happen or not?
Yeah, I think.
But I think it-
it's worth doing
like,
this just to delay
It is
Cadence a turn.
Mhm.
so much
A less
better
scary story.
to do the face
roll
off
it.
Yep.
on your turn versus
On
his
my
turn.
turn.
Puts
Yeah.
me at
6.
6. All right.
Even with the risk of
That's
losing
yours.
here.
Gain. Ready. Let's see where Party Mare goes.
Mhm.
Oh, you stole the die.
Yeah, now I want Party Mare to stay there.
Even odd as before.
Right, because then you have the double possibility.
Yeah. But unfortunately,
this
Party
is
Mare moves
fun.
over here.
I can just go for a single. That's an option. Draw a
Yeah.
card for
But
her.
yes, I do realize singling is in fact an option. And probably safer,
Let's
because
see.
I'm unaware of the belly flop
2
in
counters
Pancake's
on
hand.
my main.
Pancake's not going to stop a single here, but probably
Okay.
would stop a double.
In a world where we are just singling.
He does have the ability to stop the
2,
single if he retires
4,
one of his own things
7,
there.
9. You have 9.
Right.
And I have.
But I remember going
5,
through this when I
6,
was editing that, and I
9
don't
plus
think it's a good
bunny
play.
up.
Because it doesn't really. Like-
Okay.
Specifically, he would have to retire
Remove
Plushie
2
Dash.
counters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He still wouldn't be able to DFO next
I'm
turn,
gonna
I'm
kind
pretty sure.
pony your Party Mare.
Oh.
Yeah, and he wants his friends at home so he can get his main active.
Yeah.
And
We're
I
gonna
put the
pay
Party
2
Mare into his hand
and rally
because
bunny up.
Mhm.
it delays the growth
Then I will proceed to score phase.
to 3 next turn, and
Got it,
he has to
unfortunately.
pay for it
Okay,
again. And this is the last time Fluttershy can hit
Scare
it.
bunny up.
Though I did forget,
And
you know,
face
after
off?
this face-off, I
Oh,
forgot
sorry. No, tough hit.
that
Counter.
I
Face
don't
off.
have any more kind ponies in my deck, and so I find a
7
Pinky
on-
instead.
I believe not.
Oh, from the
2,
mystery,
4,
yeah.
5,
From the
6,
mystery,
7,
yeah.
8. My mistake.
I only have
Without
I have
bucket.
2 of both of them, and then 3 Sclerites and a
I'm
Scepter.
up by 1.
You got it.
Okay. Gain a
So
point and a
Pancake
critter.
could have won that face-off
Believe that's
if he
mandatory,
wanted, but
I'm
as we
not
mentioned
sure.
with
Nope,
the
it is not,
belly
so
flop.
let's make sure to do it correctly.
But I think he just surmised
Bunch
that
of things go home.
you know it's
Then I have
only
the
a
mystery
1
at
point
Apollo trigger.
thing, and
Mhm.
he really needs what he has in play here,
Yeah, he wants to keep.
or to stop a bigger play.
Yeah, he wants to keep Dash over there to confront Party Science eventually. He wants to keep his Fifth Squeak at home. He wanted the stuff in the face-off to win the face-off, so there were no real good retirement targets.
Yeah, like, as much as he would love for my shoe shine to go away, I'm sure it's still
Professor of Laughter.
Mm-hmm. Is it dismiss or
like
dismiss
he
with
could
2 or
also
less?
just wait
2
until
or
shoe
less.
shine retires a few
Printed?
more cards.
No, just normal. Okay.
Just
Mhm.
normal. And also someone needs to be at 8.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's see. Now we have a home limit thing. Oh, sorry. Replace the problem. Now we have a home limit thing. Yeah.
Now we get to showcase one of my favorite cards in the deck, Selena Blue.
5. Okay.
Mhm.
Selena Blue can draw you 5
Shoe
cards.
Shine will
In fact, she
eat
will always draw me
critter.
5 cards, unless I actually use her for Eager, which I have
well,
so
I
far
moved
never
her
done.
there, so that's where she lives.
But the reason
counter,
it caps at 5 though is because
we
she
will
checks
retire
how many characters
Selena
are at your
Blue.
home after you have retired
and
her
draw
to
5
home
cards.
limit.
Right.
And because Student 6 has a home limit of 4, and I don't have any way of increasing it, it will always be 5 cards. Now, I drew some pretty good cards here.
Scary when my opponent has a bucket in their hand.
Philly Racers, 2 Bryans, and a belly flop.
Go ahead.
But it's like the best card in the matchup.
And also the other
Yeah,
pinky.
for you.
So I'll be a little sad if we get to the next mystery at Hope
Seeker.
Hollow, but I've got protection, acceleration, and
Um,
removal. So
Draw.
Right.
that was a pretty nice 5 cards to draw.
And Shoe Shine in play, and some friends to play with her, and
Yeah.
well, Aggro's turn to try to hit back.
Yeah.
4 AT. Blue friend means that Invitational will
Royal
fire.
Pony for 2.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
plenty of blue friends. Almost every friend over there is blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Correct.
Unfortunately,
Too big
Pancake
now.
forgot
Yeah.
that he no longer has a third friend at home.
Yeah. Yeah. And he doesn't. Thinking about his transform dash, but he doesn't. Yeah, he can't use that for
Yeah.
anything.
Now, if he had played the party
Okay.
mare to home, he could
Right.
have
Say if you
flipped
knock
his
a
main.
3 off, I'm still
Yeah.
confronting.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That probably
Um,
would have been the better play.
It just means you're not boosting your main
Oh.
turn.
Crap! I miss.
Yeah, he mentioned that he played that
was
party
foolish.
mare to
Oh,
get around a belly flop or
well,
something, but
Things happen. I move to confront Pearl Heist.
That's fine by me. I'll get a counter.
The thing is,
Yeah.
I
thought
love
you
it
were
when
going
my
to do
opponent's
some
single
DFO
confronts.
nonsense, and then you played Party Mare to Pearl Heist. Okay.
Like, if my opponent is
Pink,
single confronting, they're giving
ready,
me AT effectively.
Party Mare. My
Mhm.
3-power Party Mare. Even
Well, I mean, I
yours,
guess they
as
are
before.
with doubles as
Yep.
well, but doubled, they're getting a lot more out of it.
Okay. Even yours.
and as we just saw,
I
it
believe at this
opens
point
up the
it is easier to use dice.
potential for you to single face off and
Yeah.
put him back where he started.
Just clone the red.
Sure, that works.
Now, Pancake is
That is
about
the
to be
number of
very
counters,
sad in a
not
moment
her
here.
current power.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Yep.
You have 1 AT.
Oh, Hithrock pointed out I forgot a Lyra Bond trigger from the second Kind Pony.
Strictly speaking, yes.
Exhaust, remove 2 counters.
It is optional.
We're going to play this where?
I mean, yeah, I just forgot it.
Here? Yeah, here seems better.
Yeah, so they're
Exhaust,
Philly
Philly
Racers,
Racers.
and then Brian. And
Right.
now Pancake doesn't have a way of getting rid of anything
Okay,
outside of Brian, or dismissing anything other than Brian.
Home
Yeah.
moment's going to be fun this turn.
Yeah, and that is an important distinction because of the Galison
1
Silverstream in his hand.
for
Right.
Party Mare.
Mhm.
Proceed to score phase.
Now, I only spent 1 action
confront
token that
Pearl
turn,
Heist.
and I played
Let's
3
go
friends. Feels pretty good.
Sure.
Shoe Shines at 2.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Shoe Shine's at 3 total.
Yeah.
The other 2 are at 2.
So
So there's a total of 7 power there.
7 power.
Now, the math means that, yes, getting rid of Brian will stop you for now.
Right. Well,
Sometimes you got
assuming
Time to make a Brian
I
go
don't do
away.
anything,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll flop
Okay.
loyalty into Brian.
Okay. Not even giving me the option. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, he knew what he was
Okay.
doing.
I've still
He
not
knew what he
confronted
was
Pearl
doing, and
Heist. We will
it
activate.
I
Shoe
didn't
Shine's
realize
ability.
until
We'll retire
later in the turn.
Bunyip over here.
Now, I tried to say, oh, can I confront this problem first? And no, the game doesn't work that way. I have presented which problem
So
I'm going to
now-
try and confront first.
Now I will
Yeah.
check to see if I'm confronting Pearl Heist again.
Just meant I
Well,
had to
for the
retire
first time,
more
whatever.
friends.
how much you got?
She's
6, 7?
5 and
Or
yeah, 7.
5, yeah, 6, 7.
So he was
Okay,
he's
you got
thinking
it.
about
Confront.
the
Retire.
hasty
The eccentric
eccentric.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Run over here.
But unfortunately not quite enough.
Confront party science.
Hold. Yeah, you got it.
Face off.
Mhm.
I did forget a student 6 counter, but that does appear before the
Yeah,
end of the
okay.
turn.
We deal with that.
2, 5.
What's your total?
7.
And now
My
he's
total
thinking,
is
can I get
16.
4 power and
Let's
swing
go
the
ahead
face
and turn
off?
these
My
to
total
dice.
is 10. Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
The answer
we will
was
make
no.
a critter. And score 2
Fine.
points.
Yep.
All right.
Bottom.
So yeah, that puts you into a fairly significant advantage. 4 points up.
Yeah,
Okay.
up by
yes.
4 points and 3 AT, and having 2 AT gens in play and a huge
I
shoe
am
shine
in excess of my home limit.
is pretty
We
good.
will retire a critter. Move shoe shine here. I was about to say that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I go there
before the
with
end of
shoe
your turn.
shine in case my opponent doesn't single confront, or possibly
No. Oh, you chose
because
Brian.
I might be able to win the face
I
off
specifically chose Brian because of
since
this,
I have the
because I was
Pinky and
hoping that it
Skystar in
would
my
be
hand.
enough in the face off.
Right.
Ah, hello. Okay, free
Yeah.
Gallus and Silverstring.
All right. Mine, AT, party mare, even, odd.
Pancake has just joined the call. We'll see if he's
My problem. Cool.
active.
I think you were happy with either problem here.
Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. You have so much AT.
No worries.
Freaking shoe shine. Alright. Draw for eager.
Yep.
Draw for
Turn this down a little bit here.
So you are in a pretty good position
Laid plans.
to crack back here, thanks to the free Gallus and the party mare move and all of that stuff.
Oh, you were sitting on. Yeah. That hand. Yeah.
Back in the before times.
And
you were just beginning to really build up the power at this stage in the game.
Against me in the same match.
Now, I know what you got with Discord there, but did you consider getting anything else?
I did, but at the time it was I needed the points to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
And did you assume that I would run away from this face-off?
I completely missed that you were confronting on that one. It was even worse than that. So
I am confronting because the eccentric one I have 6, so hold on.
And the other thing is I still didn't have cadence flipped at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
Which was threw a couple things off for me as well.
Right, yeah.
This could be interesting.
Not having your main flipped at this point in the game is,
I think will
pretty
be a coward.
pretty unfortunate.
Okay.
But yeah, I wasn't sure what trick you had planned, so I ran away.
Yes.
And
I get a counter.
the trick of the double bluff.
And you get to put some rainbow dashes and an angel wings back in your hand.
I'm sure you're going to play
pretty
all
good.
of those in a second, but
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately.
okay. And then you get to handle hand limit.
Yep. I will discard a bucket.
And
A
then
little bit of a case.
Yeah.
Both of which I knew. possibly why you discarded them.
Possibly. Too little, too late. At this stage, do you think about throwing out one of the
Ready, gain 4.
yours, or were you
Party Mayor
completely
trigger.
just at
Sorry,
1 point
even is
insufficient?
yours, odd is mine.
For
Say
what?
it's the AT, because you had 2 different answers for me.
Oh,
Not enough to confront.
it's because I like it when
Not
you
that I'm
single
going to
confront.
be able to confront
I only
with
want
a
to stop you
switchboard
when
there.
you
Right.
DFO.
Right.
Oh, another party mayor. Right. I forgot that one
The
existed. Same.
Acceleration was even as mine.
Right. Even is in fact yours, as we had done every single time.
Yep.
And then I increased the counter to 2 for no good reason. Like that was a bad brain fart of a turn.
Okay, so 5. So that is
And
enough
now
to
I increase their
confront
power to
without
2.
me doing anything.
So
But
you missed Pancake that I drew both of these Brians at the same time.
Oh, you
The
kidding
bane
me.
of your existence here.
Yeah, are we already past?
Yeah, we're past the first Brian. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where
dismiss
I
Discord.
had an opportunity and shot, and it just completely.
Yeah, I dismissed your Discord so you can't replace the problem, do anything untoward, and then I play the Brian because I'm like, yeah, he has removal. He might try and do something to Shoeshine again, but
What's bad is this deck has pretty decent answers to Brian.
yeah, you have Stop Fighting.
Yeah.
And Spitfire, and you didn't see a single one of either of them.
Nope.
Pay 2.
It was very much the
for
aggressive
Selena
side of
Blue.
the deck, and I was on the control side of the match.
Let's see. Which do we want to attempt first? Attempt tough call first.
You got it.
Gain 1. Put a counter on my main. Draw a card.
Yep.
Attempt locked in here with me.
Yep. You got it.
Face off.
Yeah, and now I'm up 12-5, and with an absurd board position, 5 AT, and I'm going back up to 8 cards, and it's just what do you do in that situation outside of draw Wrath of Gilda, right?
Yeah. Like, but even then,
Don't do that.
your hand is such that that wouldn't even be all
Yeah,
that.
like I go up to 10 AT next turn, and I have a Slarite and a Pinky for entry and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. We want to end at 5.
That's even before I draw the 5 additional cards.
Okay. We will retire.
There is
the critter.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points available on the table.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
Which would be great in most situations.
Yeah. Usually when aggro decks DFO, they don't have 5 AT still. Or 8 cards in hand, yeah.
Which is 5. Now we have to resolve hand limit.
Yeah, that was. And
Slarite.
Bunyip.
Slarite.
Alright.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have discarded both Slarites, because if you did Wrath of Gilda, I would have loved a Slarite here.
Yeah.
I think I should have discarded the Lyra Bond instead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this ends up going to the one problem I didn't want it to. I would have that made it even harder to do a double confront.
Right, yeah.
Draw per eager.
And now you do have 7 AT and like a lot of movement in your hand.
Do I want to waste
2
my
plushy
brain
dashes and a beat the rush. If you can't deal with Shoeshine, you should probably not.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't have what's that any matter? Options with Shoeshine.
Yeah,
there's Shoeshine on the board.
Yeah, there's a giant Shoeshine in play. Yeah. It's like, yes, you could theoretically score 7 points if my grip full of cards can't deal with that.
As many problems.
But even then, I just DFO next turn and win with Shoeshine.
Yep.
So
And there was part 1, 5 cards down to take out the Brian deal with
Yeah.
Shoeshine. But either way, that was rough for sure.
As aggro versus aggro often does. Early advantages snowball.
yes.
No, that one, like, I think you still had it just because I was drawing the wrong half of the deck. But if I had gone on instinct and just flopped that Shoeshine earlier,
Right before I drew the Brian's, yeah.
yeah,
Because she was in play for an entire turn and a half.
right,
Or 2 turns. Yeah, 2 turns before.
there was a
Brian.
face-off.
Yeah.
That I was very much thinking about it.
Yeah, I won the face-off by 1. Yeah. And you could have gotten rid of her and made it a tie.
No, because I thought I did the math in my head. Maybe I misdid it. Because I thought it wasn't going to help. Because I thought you were up by more than 1.
Oh, well, I thought I said I was up by 1, but maybe I misheard what I said. I didn't do the math today. I just was going off of what past me theoretically said.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the core match, possibly our first core match.
Yes. Wait.
Yeah.
Well, we know.
Right.
The 3 of us know. But
right. That's what you mean. Well, I mean, it is your first core match regardless.
Well, sure, yeah.
Yes.
Going out with or starting it off with, not a whimper, but certainly not the most interesting of matches.
Yeah. Well. If that's what you think, we've got a much better one coming up.
Yes.
Here in Adventure. As we found out in the stream this afternoon. Adventure is where all the fun decks are anyway. So
I don't know about that. I think there's some fun things in core. But I do think there's more originality in Adventure this time, for sure.
Right. Pancake, how about you start us off with Adventure? Talking about the song mail.
All right. This deck was one that was gifted to me by GP, and I started playing it. I only got 1 round through with it beforehand, but it's using spell for that. With to mill out your opponent, grind out all their resources, and then using the orange resource to skyrocket your points all the way to the top at the end. So it is a really interesting because you attack aggressively on a line that no one expects with the mill side, and then you have to finish it off when they've got a small grip full of cards, and so it's both swift and irritating.
Yeah, it is effectively a combo deck. Where it is hoping that it can combo off before the opponent can win the game. By combo off, we mean remove all of the opponent's cards from the game.
Right. Right.
Or at least put them somewhere where they're not helpful.
Yeah, because that is the interesting thing about mill in this game. It is not a means unto itself. It is just a hindrance. Granted, a pretty big hindrance to be playing a game without a deck.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you only sideboarded 1 card, and I think that's just because you weren't familiar with the deck.
Yeah. And I just didn't know exactly. It's a deck that it felt like every card was important, and I
Sure.
wasn't 100% sure what you would drop out against a farm deck. It's not like there was a clear, obvious thing that went, okay, this is what you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's totally reasonable.
And I do want to point out the raise this barn over here is particularly good against farm.
yes.
Any farm deck in particular that relies on its main, as almost all farm decks do, is not going to appreciate double exhaust.
Well, because it's a main phase double exhaust, it is at least not stopping like 2 farms. It only stops 1, but my main also likes to be ready, especially due to the fact that it has an exhaust ability.
And it uses Octavia to great effect with the music
15
aspect.
songs.
Yeah. Let me play a bunch of songs to do stuff.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, 15 songs, 3 Octavias, and surprisingly only 2 Twilights.
Yep.
I guess she is unique.
It's true, yeah. But Twilight was another card that I considered throwing over there to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
You do get a lot of value from having it in play when you can.
yes.
But yeah, the downside to this deck, because it is basically going all in on the combo plan, is its forms of interaction are like raise this barn, double exhausting a character, the spectacle putting a small thing on top, and resource, Luna's future, like
I about something, and we
yeah,
have one school shutdown.
and 1 school shutdown. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it is basically playing solitaire and hoping that it can go faster than you. And my farm deck is a slow farm deck. Would you say it's a slow, like more on the control side of farm, Pancake?
Yeah. It is looking to be consistent about its farming, not necessarily rapid about it.
Right.
I've moved us over to Bugle's farm deck with that segue.
With one of the most beautiful cards in farm, Prim Hemline.
I love Prim Hemline. Prim
It is-
Hemline is one of the most creative entry in the entire game.
She is certainly a classic for farm.
Yeah.
I have a hard time disputing that statement.
I actually had 3 of her in here for the longest time. This is the deck of the 4 that underwent the most iteration, largely because I refused to abandon the main.
So I'll admit, when I first saw this submission, I was thinking because I remember the cube at Everfree. You ended up playing this main.
I did.
Did Bugle fall in love with this main after that cube? Really?
No, what actually happened was you have correctly identified the 2 most important cards in the deck, which are Fashion Disaster and Discord. I came up with the bonkers idea of playing Pink Farm with Discord to find blackmail against control. Because a lot of the big issue Farm has against control is it gets its early points and then does nothing.
Yeah. Then gets stalled out on their own troublemakers.
Yeah.
So
So if I can find a blackmail, now I'm making the control deck that doesn't want to confront problems become the aggro deck. And hey, look, I have all these troublemakers, and forms of removal and stuff in my deck. So that was actually the plan, original plan, and I was originally going to use Skystar, and I was like, well, Skystar's obviously the only choice, right? Well, just to be sure, let's run through every pink main in order. Lyra, no, Lyra obviously doesn't work here. Ambassador of Friendship, cute, but like, is that really what I want to do here? Though I do actually think Ambassador is a good choice too. You would just need to go way heavier on the hasty friends. Then of course I went to Defenders because there are no pink mains in the rest of EO. And remembered Cruise Director existed and went, wait, is Cruise Director a farm main? And refused to give her up.
Lo and behold, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. The trick, you mentioned the trick for Cruise Director in the stream earlier today. Oh, yeah, yeah, Hithrock calling me out. It's not Ambassador of Friendship, it's Ambassador of Laughter. But the trick for Cruise Director as a farm main is if she loses the face-off, she doesn't go home. She makes a new friend and kicks that friend to the curb immediately. Very, very friendly, this Pinkie Pie.
Seems like you have a thing for making your mains very unfriendly, Bugle. Dare I say mean?
Dare you say mean? Yes. But the other reason my Cruise Director is so powerful here is, it is very difficult to prevent me from having that 4 pink requirement for Discord.
Yeah.
Like, almost impossible. Unless my opponent was to say, get rid of every single troublemaker in my deck. But
right.
who would do that?
No one, clearly. Such a goal would be monstrous.
Yeah, and while I am also running Fashion Disaster, I do actually have to run Friends, but I kind of only want one, and I'm willing to pay 180 for one of my largish friends. I'm running another card that I don't think Pancake. Well, Pancake knows, but yeah, Cursed. Can you remember what Snips and Snails joined at the horn does without looking it up?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it is a 3-cost, 1 requirement hasty friend with 4 pink power, and as an additional cost to play this card, retire a friend. Oh, hey, look, I make friends. That is another reason why the deck is called the Garbage Barge, because I am running a card no one has ever considered running in the history of the game.
Yeah.
Lies. I have looked at Snips and Snails for farming in pink before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. It just pink didn't have enough other options, but this was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I did have them in the deck at one point.
Yeah, the other hasty friends I have are Garner, who is a 2-cost, 3-power friend with an ability that is usually irrelevant, but 2-cost, 3-power is good for hasty.
Yeah.
And the Reckless Endangerment, who prevents players from confronting with fewer than 3 characters, which is usually not an issue for me because my main makes characters.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. You got lots of synergy with the this main.
There's actually a fair amount of synergy with Cruise Director here. And the cardboard boxes I added at the last moment because I realized maybe people besides Pancake are going to play farm. I cut them out here, and I cut out the Starlight Glimmers because I mistakenly assumed Pancake's deck was more control-y than it actually is. And the Glimmers are kind of only there to make you a little bit faster.
Makes sense. So yeah, we have farm against combo, air quotes, combo.
Mill,
Mill.
combo, yeah.
And by the sounds of it, the sort of pregame preview is Bugle tries to win before Pancake mills him out.
Or after. Well, like we said, the game's not over at that point.
Well, exactly, yes. Okay. Shall we get to it?
Yeah.
And I am choosing to keep 49. All right.
So,
Interesting.
see, Bugle, you did choose the right
I did remember to change. Okay, yeah. I have a history of forgetting to change in these matches, so I got paranoid.
This is fine.
So this hand has everything I want. It has an epic to flip my main with
I had a
what is it? Party's
nearly
over.
very good hand.
Something's over.
Oh, merely very good.
My hand had 2 corianders. Thus, I threw it back.
Right. This hand
Has-
also has duplicates.
Yes.
I have a troublemaker to flip my main and a discord, so and entry, so I'm keeping that hand. Like it's everything I want.
I have
here.
to, do a lot of bookkeeping. Okay. You'll choose orange.
I will choose orange.
I will keep
This deck is always goes
not
purple
thrilled with it,
orange
but I'm
for the
keeping
most
it.
part. You might
Right.
call white in very, very, very few cases, but I will, for the most part, think.
But the fact that you didn't play Applejack or flip your main told me,
well,
wow,
that's
your
good
hand
news for
sucks.
me.
Yeah.
Hey,
You shall get to see the horror on my
troublemaker
face.
and 2 to move.
Yeah. So
that
going
occurs
second
over the next few turns.
is nice with
Go
this
ahead.
deck because you go 1 for the troublemaker, 2 to move. You're pretty happy.
Are you fun?
And Pancake draws another duplicate. Now, why didn't you play the Glimmer there? Was it because you? Oh, it's because you wanted to discard. I see.
Yeah.
And then you drew another duplicate, so you need to discard an additional card.
Yep. And then I drew
That's
a
the way to
third
resolve the issue,
duplicate.
yeah.
Well, not yet.
A1 and.
Or do you?
Yeah,
pay,
I have
draw?
Spirit Siphon, Heartstrung as Horses, and 2 Octavias. in
Right.
hand.
Yeah. So you need to discard 3 cards here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all 4 AT goes to drawing cards just so I can flip.
Understand. That looks like a rough opening hand.
And
Draw.
I have hit the famine.
Apparently.
My heart just sunk a
We
little.
will, of course.
Yeah.
challenge.
Pancake and I had been
I'm happy
talking
to-
before the match
to boost.
about how that
And the
deck
reason
is
I wasn't
very
happy is
feast or
'cause my
famine,
Epic was
and he just
the
said
mill epic.
he has hit the famine.
Okay, I will be losing, but before.
So I
Let's
lose the
make
face
America
off,
money.
but
Who can go home in my
that
stead.
just means that now I have more pink requirement.
6. I
But
guess
the
that's
first
it.
5
I'm
AT
done.
basically just go to flipping your main.
Draw.
Nothing you can really do about it in this. And now Pancake is just the saddest boy.
Okay. I will. Right, and then this just, oh my
Oh.
gosh. Once this happened, I was
Oh boy.
so just like, well,
I'm very sorry.
there's one of my most powerful
Start of
cards.
turn,
I have
you mill
to
2.
end my
And-
turn and just discard.
And it's a card you can't get back with Heartstrong as Horses.
Right.
That's a little annoying.
Now, I wasn't...
Or the Spectacle, because the Spectacle is event.
Only gets events,
Make a
yeah.
rush.
Yeah.
We'll challenge because there's
Now,
basically no
the
reason not to.
sad thing about Glimmer here is Glimmer
Oh,
helps
looks
you
like I win.
with your game plan.
Well, wasn't expecting that.
But yeah, I was expecting to lose again, but it's like you challenge every time no matter what because maybe you win,
no, I
and
think that's
Yep.
correct. Yeah.
what does losing cost me? Right? Nothing.
2 for
Yeah.
Discord.
And while this deck does have its fair share of events, it does have quite a few twos in there too, so it's not unreasonable for you to
Right.
hit something.
It occurs to me I could have been meaner.
And here I tutor up a blackmail.
Forfeit.
I
confirm.
tutored up the blackmail because,
Go ahead.
again, I thought you were a little bit more controlly than you actually are.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's just the correct card to find in this situation anyway.
Reveal hand. Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
right.
now
Now,
with
At
I understand
turn
what happened.
4,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
begin
I do
to
that all the
try
time.
and attempt to play the game.
yeah, you flip your main with 9 cards. You do at least get to play a Glimmer this turn,
Yes.
like, and a Tranquility. Like, you at least get to play the game on turn 4. But
That said, I was so off put
Okay.
that I will make
I am
mistakes
confirming
all
that
over
those are all
just
different
because of how
cards.
bad my opening few turns were.
yeah,
Confirmed all different.
that I can't blame you. That's enough to shake you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Glimmer.
Yes, but you get in all the information. If I remember correctly, I just glimmered and rocked her it here.
you play Tranquility, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah. Rocked her it.
Okay.
Or, yeah, mill 2.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
I ask every time as though you would ever choose yourself.
I don't know if there's any occasion with this
Two.
deck that you would do, unless you like desperately searching
7
for
cards in hand, one of
a
which I don't
certain
know.
song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. I don't care. This is a deck that doesn't do things on my turn.
Yes. But you should not care.
Game 3, draw a card. No start of turn triggers. Isn't that wild? Hey. For Trollmaker.
Mm-hmm. Why did I put her up there? This stage. Oh, that was the other thing. I am now.
To be fair, there's only 6 villains in the list.
I can put cards down, but Rock
But there
Turret
are
is my
also 6
only
villains
mill
in the
card I
list.
have.
Right.
So it's not like I'm even aggressing on my own plan.
Yeah, you don't have any songs or anything. Like, you have an Octavia, and you do have other songs, just not songs that let you mill.
Yeah.
Up to 4. Go ahead.
And all of that requires white. And while
Right.
I do have Rush Makeover here, that's a dedication on my one color. And then, I get
Yeah.
two.
I'm very sad about those mills, because Food Fight could have gotten rid of your Glimmer, and cleaning up could have given me any card that you mill.
Yeah.
Well, that just means the card hasn't been revealed to me. See?
Cleaning up's the card that you're very much like, oh, yes.
Cleaning up is the best card I can draw because it's probably any card. It's a wild card. Well, I mean, I have to pay 2 for it, but I also get to banish a song from your deck, which is pretty relevant.
Or Tranquility,
Yeah.
either or are pretty good hits.
Yeah, so I pop Discord at the end of your turn to get the point, the early point acceleration going.
I do believe you confronted 0 problems.
Though, if I was smart, I would have waited one more turn.
Start turn.
Because then I would have gone up to 6 on your turn and gotten the AT from the threshold a turn sooner.
Very. And
yeah.
it wouldn't really have cost you anything because you were still on the confront plan anyways.
Yeah, I could still have confronted, yeah.
2 for staff. 2 to move.
Yeah, I believe I drew the staff that turn. I wasn't actually expecting to come and try and challenge this Grogar immediately, but
I did it a bloody hell again.
Well, no, that is a tabletop bug. That is a known bug.
No. I
yeah, it-
didn't run spell for that.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
2 turns of you forgetting to reveal, though. Which
Just
I
get
think
more
you
cards
would
that
have
don't
played a
have to be
0-cost singing
Yeah,
barrel on
that's
either of those turns.
Let's
Yep.
rock
Right.
at you. Yep. No, and
Not even giving me the opportunity to ask.
I kept. The worst part
It's
was
almost
is
like
I
the
kept
answer is a
drawing
foregone
and then
conclusion.
going, oh right.
Yeah.
I have this ability. All right.
Can you draw 3 cards yet?
Oh, yeah. I was happy to see a staff in the
what I'm looking
graveyard, but you already had one out, so it's like,
The answer
Yeah.
is yes if you want to get rid of your hearts, which I don't think you do because of Tavi.
So now I'm
Or
looking
you're
to
twilighting, I guess,
Spirit
or
Siphon to
tranquility,
try and
whatever.
get me out of this mess
Three.
because I
Right.
need something going.
You're 4.
Because
I
it's a
think,
0-cost draw 3.
Yeah.
My entire
Yeah.
discard.
Your entire
Um,
discard. And I will vanish.
And
I gotta do
stop you
Heart
from
Circle,
cleaning out.
really.
So, okay.
And Spirit Siphon.
I remember if I needed to
To
hit a couple of mine as well.
Yeah, you
3,
needed to hit
draw
your
3.
Heartstrong's horses there.
Right.
Alright.
And here you just drew 2 AT gens and a Twirling Tunes. Pretty good cards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a Factory Jack.
To home.
Very,
Yeah.
very good cards. At least for the moment.
I'm going to.
Now is the time where I was trying to figure out, okay,
Trixie.
where's everything that I do? What's the next stage?
She doesn't
And
have
I
one.
decided just to try and build the board.
I'm going
Get
to.
the AT gens going.
Yeah, you don't even play an event here yet because you didn't have the free singing barrels.
Yeah. Well, also I think I was wanting to Twirling Tunes, if I remember correctly.
Right, you just drew the Twirling Tunes. Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
But the free singing barrel definitely would have
Play
pushed
Coriander.
towards. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just.
Yeah, you play Coriander
I will
here,
Name.
and I don't remember why. Was it just so you could see my hand?
In part. The other was I wanted the prepared going. Right?
Oh, right,
I'm
the
looking at
prepared.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you debate what to
On
call, and you go,
AT, I
what's the
don't know
worst
what
thing
this
he
is
could
from.
have? Party of One. That's the worst thing he could have.
Yeah.
Future
And Fashion
from the
Disaster
name
is
Party
the
of
other
One.
option.
Yes.
There are no party.
Fashion Disaster is worse
Oh,
here because I'm about to
It
go
was
up to
Fashion
6
Disaster.
points
Fashion Disaster
and
is
can
always
play the
the
Fashion
name. Oh,
Disaster
fudge.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. You're gonna play another Coriander.
Yeah. I will.
All those cards.
The good news is,
Yours.
Oh,
Factory Jack can pay for herself.
Yep.
Oh,
Trixie
sorry,
can
that's not
maybe
true.
pay for
Mandatory triggers
herself.
blackmail.
Yep.
So I'll gain 4. Draw a card for turn, which actually matters a lot because you saw my hand.
Yeah, that was
we
the
will
other thing I
challenge
was
6 on
heavily
7,
contemplating here was,
which gives you a
do I
prepared
just
token.
attempt to try and draw into some actual mill cards because I was having.
Tie.
Yeah, so that's a tie.
I'm up by 1.
Okay. You got it.
Nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
There were 2 cards I would have loved to see.
Yeah, it's 8 points. You haven't really gotten much mill going. Like,
Well,
this is feeling pretty good for me
Day
right
1.
now.
Motivation
Especially
speech
since
into
I'm
white.
about to
Yep.
start taxing your
Day
AT
3.
efficiency.
Great.
Fashion
I
Disaster.
just get my board up and running,
Proceed to
and you
score
go.
Yep.
Oh,
Front
you
for a
thought you
point.
had a board?
Pass the turn.
Your
Gain
board
AT,
is now
ready cards,
dedicated
do
to
not draw
keeping
cards.
itself alive.
Yeah.
And then.
I think
we'll
you keep the Glimmer
go
here.
1, 2.
I don't.
Keep the 2 at home. Okay.
Yep.
No, you didn't
Mm,
keep the
2.
Glimmer. Okay. I guess
Yeah,
because you
no.
have to pay the 2 for it. Like,
Spell for that.
Yeah.
it's not that worth.
Raises
Oh, look.
It wasn't
no.
going to be pushing me
raises
forward
one.
anywhere,
It's gonna
and
cost
I
one less.
needed be
Should you
doing
play
that.
it?
Hey.
Yep.
So here, I believe this is one of the bigger turns.
8.
This is
1,
probably get
2,
some
3.
missequence in a couple of ways
Uh-oh.
that
Twilight.
Well,
on whether or not I go
that
with
is
Raise
not
the
twilighting,
Sparn.
but sure.
Twirling tunes. Let's Rockter at you right now.
Drop the Twirling Tunes
Another
to
2 in
get
there.
all the value I
2.
can.
Right.
Okay. Let me think for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
one thing about Raise the Sparn though that I had in my brain this entire game was that it puts my friends into range of your removal.
I am
A food fight.
always
Right.
Food fight, yeah.
using 2 to raise this barn.
But
So
Okay, that does everything.
so everything gets a +1.
And which player are you choosing?
I am choosing you.
Okay.
I end up going directly
And
for it
also,
without
the only
doing
opposing main you can choose.
Octavia. This was one of the stages where I definitely think I
Okay, feel free to
should
look
have
through
just
that.
gone and gotten her on the field first.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I think you were
Alrighty
just too
then.
afraid of the food fight, right?
Yeah.
And a counter on Trixie,
and a counter on Trixie.
which you're just going to remove. So
And the counter on your main.
Off Trixie.
Yeah.
all of your character.
Infinite power.
Oh, is it?
4 power.
Um,
These power counters are pretty relevant though, due to
It
you
was
needing to
determined
start
a
confronting
3-cost
soon.
song that only puts 1 on your
Yep.
main is acceptable.
Like I've scored 3 points off of blackmail right now, and I'm about to score a 4th.
Did you actually gain the? You did,
No.
Okay.
You'd scored
I wasn't paying attention because I was reading
2
Race this
and
far.
you're about your 3rd because you got 2 of those off of
Right.
Now what?
Yeah, that's right.
of
0.5 and 0.6 were blackmail points. And last turn I scored 3 points.
Yeah.
Now I passed.
I will score a point.
the turn.
Yeah,
Yep.
you had 4 AT.
Half
You
Ready
definitely
Cruiser,
could have played
sure.
Octavia there.
Yeah.
G4AT. Forget to pay for this poor unicorn token
I
at
was
home.
oh
I'm such a terrible
fine.
person.
I was hoping to draw it
Draw
into
cards for
Luna's
turn.
future
Yep.
Running
because I
out
didn't
of
want to be
those.
paying for Octavia through
Mhm.
Do I
Fashion
challenge 0
Disaster
on
as well.
0 on
Part
Trixie
of my
here?
other thing is I think that did more psychological damage
I
than anything
feel like
else.
I'm favored, but
Yeah, so now if I had
feels
kept
bad if it
that
doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
that token, I could have flopped a Twirling
I'm gonna-
Tunes here, or
let's go,
remember that you
Trixie.
only have
Alright.
one Octavia
4.
and it's in your hand, and I really
No!
want you to not have it.
I have been undone. We'll play a troublemaker.
Okay.
I did, yeah. So I challenged Trixie there and lost, or no. Here's where I challenged Trixie. Or no. I just exhausted the
I don't
staff
know. I
after.
think it
That's
was
right.
worth a shot.
Yeah, I challenged Trixie and lost and was very sad.
I was.
Go ahead.
I don't know if that even affected anything outside of you seeing
Go down.
like
2.
if
Me losing an
Just
AT
down.
is not
Yeah.
insignificant.
no,
Ready
but
card.
like if she, I don't think she ever produced anything for me this game at this stage. Here
Well,
I am paying,
you paid 1 to keep her.
yeah.
No, you definitely play
I even
an
thought
event
about it
this
until
turn.
you did other stuff
Right,
too.
but like
So
she's
the
still
3.
breaking even. It's not
Oh,
like she's
sure, right.
I
pushing
don't think
me
it would
in
have
any
mattered.
way
I think
forward.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
ended up
point.
being
I
so far
probably
behind
just
that
shouldn't
it
have
didn't
challenged
matter.
her.
It's
Like,
difficult
because
for you
she's
to
not
come back at this
doing
point.
anything except
Okay.
keeping herself alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
But I don't
rotate
know. It's
over
funny to
into
challenge
white.
0 on 0 and see what happens.
Yes, that it is. And you were feeling pretty good at
My
this
main.
stage
Okay.
because your deck still had a bunch of cards in it.
Let's play Headmare.
I had
1.
hit you with just Rockturret and the single hit. So here's another major mistake coming up.
Oh, right. You forgot how Raise
I-
this barn works with
I-
an exhausted main.
Yes. At one time, you couldn't super exhaust something that was exhausted.
Right.
And I should have done that to you during this turn. But I just plain old forgot that wasn't a thing to do anymore.
You do mill me for 12 this turn, though.
Yes, I do hit you huge.
Let me.
But
Hearts as strong as horses.
that's not
Okay.
I will force
necessarily.
you to discard
2 cards?
2 cards.
Yeah, I discard Glimmer because she's not
And I will get back.
particularly helpful to me at this point.
Raise this
Sure.
barn.
Makes
And
sense.
Prim because I already have my entry. Like,
Strong
what am I
barn.
going to do? Play another fashion disaster?
I will.
Pull the.
Oh.
And end up going
Let's
for
dice
um,
for that because I am going
the
to
cheaper
start
try
actually-
here, when I should have
Doing
just
Playing lots of cards this turn, sure.
Yeah.
barned and taken down.
Prevented me
You're-
from farming again.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you mill 5
Okay.
and
Man,
You
I was.
mill 5 and
So
then
you
do
mill 5.
nothing
Either of
for your
those.
second mode.
Yeah.
Both.
Because
Yeah.
you have no troublemakers
And I
and I
will-
have no friends.
Yep.
Banish an opposing friend.
My brain was
So I
really
push through my deck
starting
for
to
save.
burn too at this stage, because I was just finally
I
able to
think
get
that means
something
I'm about to have
going.
0 cards in my deck.
You're 10
Yeah.
points.
And I hit
and
both Winterzillas there, which would have
I
been nice to
will-
have stopped the bleeding, right?
yeah.
Though
But-
I don't know. At this point,
Octavia.
I'm
Okay.
getting close to as you pointed it out. Draw
You're
your
at-
last worthless card.
Play on the friend you need again.
For 5.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
so you milled me 10 cards
Does not
from
go to
the
your discard
song,
pile.
Yep.
which you
I was
forgot to.
just-
Yeah,
sorry,
there you
I
go.
was
You managed it.
concentrating.
Yeah.
She does get
10
the
cards from the
counter
song
off
and
that.
2
Did
cards
you
from
pay
Rock
2
Turret.
for
And
that?
that's
Yes.
You don't have
that's
to.
a quarter of the
To
deck
play it
right
for free.
there, right in
No.
one turn.
Yup.
That.
Which is nice, but you're at 10
In fact, I
points.
shouldn't say
Oh
don't
right,
have
you
to, I
also
say
paid for
can't.
that
Yeah.
the second song. You
Okay.
forgot it was free.
Yep. Yep.
Draw your end turn, score your point, and draw your last pathetic card.
It had been so long since I actually had done
My
anything
deck
with.
has no pathetic. My grandpa's
No,
deck
this is I
has
think
no
the first time I've
pathetic.
ever played with her.
Mhm.
Draw a
Because even
card.
in my test round, I ended up not
She,
getting
no,
her
you
out.
did not play Raise the Spartan.
So.
It can't
Oh.
work anyways, can it?
Oh,
You
you
played it
drew
last
it off the top.
Yeah, I drew the party
But
of one
it-
off
you
the top
can't
here.
Over
Yeah.
exhaust an exhausted character.
You're allowed to do that now, apparently.
Oh, really?
And,
Yeah.
Yep, and there's me going, oh
Change
crap,
things. Oh well.
forgot.
Yeah.
It happens.
Or I didn't know about the
Okay,
rule change.
Yeah, so-
I will.
But
Well, I
yeah,
already drew, but I'm not paying
it's
for
looking
anything off you.
hopeless. 11-0. We got a
Yeah,
troublemaker.
challenge,
Get a
but
farm.
you
7.
do win this
Yep.
face-off.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing I can do about it. Well,
Uh-oh. 9 to 13.
Yeah.
That is
Uh-oh.
one thing about your farm deck, is that it has some
sauce.
weirdly low flips that even in situations like this you end up losing.
Yeah.
But it's got the
Going
same
on.
thing that Dash does,
Actually,
where it's like, okay, I lose a face off, push back
So
that's
up.
what
what?
happened.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
But also, like, now I have a friend.
Yes.
1, 2, 3,
Oh, that's
4.
right.
I'm gonna choose my Earth Pony.
And yeah, and you can go either route on this. I just barely had gotten my board built, and bye-bye.
And then I
It's suddenly going to
believe
be very
I spend the
difficult
rest
to
of my
win
IT
face-offs.
drawing cards. because I think I have 3
Well-
cards left in my deck. And,
Actually, pay 1 to draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Pay 1 to draw. Pay 1 to draw.
You get what you.
Oh,
can.
okay. I had
Yeah,
more than 3.
get the
Well,
fuel
whatever.
You
Like,
can, of
I knew
course,
you could
make
just
me
play,
discard with hearts, but
raise
like,
this
I
barn
have to
next
make you
turn
work
and
for
get
it.
rid
I
of
have to
the rest of
try
my
and
deck.
Yeah.
win off of blackmail here.
And now now my game plan is I have a main with a staff
5, nothing to
and a
discard.
blackmail. Maybe
spell
I
that
can
to
still win.
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest. You were in the power position here.
Yeah, like I just wiped your board again. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Speech for free.
Is it
Speech for
here that I
free
just
on white.
go tank into the tank?
Let's clear
No,
out your last
no,
2 cards.
That's a little bit later.
Speech
Yeah.
and
So you
possess.
mill my last 2 cards.
That's kind of insulting.
I go into white, so I have all 3 colors. Again.
That's what I need to do.
It's weird that the game isn't over yet.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to
there's
play
a
the
crucial.
spectacle, choosing to get an event from my discard.
At this stage, I have to turn the gears, but you've got a Grogar to
Event is Spirit
pretty much
Siphon.
hold me back,
Oh, interesting.
and
Okay.
I will then.
It's gone.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
get this
No,
back
hold
to
on.
Oh, right. You're right. It
I-
was
I-
to
26
banish
from-
things.
and get card draw. That was the big thing I was concerned with. Is I just wanted some cards.
Yeah, you're basically playing that as a very fancy.
So.
Let's get this party started.
Yes.
I want. Hold on. I
Yeah.
want to. One.
And here's
what
where
you
trouble
wanna do.
starts. Where
You realize I don't have enough events.
yeah, you don't even have enough events, and I have to pay for
Oh,
some of the events.
crud.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me?
And you
Why not?
also realize that I suddenly have 2 forms of removal in my
Somehow
hand.
not enough
Yes.
events.
Yes.
No, there's not. 1.
1, 2, 3. There's only 4 events. The 5
4.
events in there.
Yeah, there's only 5. Okay.
Yeah, turns out farm decks don't have a lot of room for events,
No,
Yeah.
I'll banish my makeover.
especially when they need to make room for hasty friends and
Okay.
stuff.
You get your 3 AT back and draw.
Yeah, because you have what,
1, 2,
8
3,
events in total in that deck?
draw 3.
Something like that.
I actually think you're a little bit higher than most farm decks, but
Yeah, I think I have a little more than 8 because I have
3.
the 2 cleaning ups as well. Yeah, I have
Okay.
11 total events in the deck.
Let's start doing things.
And there's Luna's Future, which I was desperately
2
looking
Twilight.
at.
Yes.
Okay.
2 for
Factory.
Because I needed to prevent you from Grogar,
1, 2, 3.
but I also
Coriander.
needed just
So that's
the
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
blackmail stop as well. So, and here
Well, it is
I
Mandatory trigger.
knew exactly what you had. I think I don't
Uh,
remember what I called
mandatory trigger. Oh, all right.
because
Yeah, you had forgotten about the trigger,
Insight,
but it is a mandatory trigger.
Party of 1.
Yeah, you call one of the
Did you run
removals.
1 or 2 party?
Yeah.
2 or 3 party of.
Pretty
Nope, there's all 3 are in here.
sure I
Okay.
called belly flop
3. Belly flop.
because I went through and was looking at what cards
You've
you
gotta
had
have a third
exiled,
belly flop.
which
So,
is great.
right,
Hey,
you're not missing any other
now can I
exiles.
memorize your entire deck so I know exactly what?
What's in my hand? Yeah.
Yes. Belly flop.
There is a belly. What? There is a belly.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fudge. There's also a food fight.
And there's also a food fight. Yeah.
Oh, did you still need to look at that?
Reckless endangerment, fashion disaster, food fight. Okay.
Now these
I am going
last
to
handful
then
of
have
cards.
to-
That's what you have
I
to.
gotta do that.
This is all I've got. And I am sitting
going
here
to raise the
plotting,
barn,
like, what can I do?
exhausting
And you
your
exhaust my
main.
main again because
Putting a counter on all your characters.
even though I can't beat Grogar here, it is impossible.
No, it's
What-
not. You had Pinky.
Right, that would get me up to
And
9, and your
I
lowest
will
slip is a 2.
move to confront for a point.
Yep, I have no AT.
And
Oh, frick.
Rocket Rate.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
No, I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna
Gain 5.
But-
be able to take out.
Half.
But what it actually still does is prevent me from
Ah.
confronting.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, do I keep this token?
Did not pay for this.
And I decided not to keep the token. And I think that was a mistake.
Actually, I haven't drawn a card. I could pay for it.
I mean, we're in such weird
Well, no,
territory.
no, I
Correct
need
to pay
6
for it.
AT
Okay.
to pay for it, to keep it. Yeah. But
But
also,
no,
like,
no,
I
it's
just
not.
don't have enough resources, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's at home.
I do think it was correct
If I
to
still
pay
had the-
for it,
if
but
still had
I
the flip
ultimately
phone,
decided not to.
maybe. We will food fight your apple pack.
Yep.
Yeah, get
I mean,
rid of
that
AJ
was the risk with that, but
to make you struggle with confronting.
yep.
Because for all I know, you have no friends in your hand, and guess what?
Yeah.
I have no friends in my
You have
hand.
no friends in your hand.
And I had 9 power to the 10 on blackmail. Just
Exactly.
like, ugh.
Oh, why did I do
Go
that?
ahead.
Oh, I did it because I didn't want you to make me discard.
I will
Turn.
pay the 1.
It is
Which
so
is
weird
one
that
of
this game
this
is
deck's
not over.
end game plans.
Right.
I'm going to play the spectacle.
So I pay
choosing
for
an event.
Coriander.
Okay.
I forget spell for
I'm
that.
just glad you don't have any more Octavias.
And
I mean,
I
to
go-
be fair, you kind of had to pay for Coriander.
yeah.
For hearts as strong as horses.
Okay.
But I'm down to what? 5 cards in play, not counting my
Why
main
did I
or
do that?
problem,
No, that was dumb.
and
I-
2
I-
cards in hand, and they're
Yeah,
not
you
very
still had a
helpful
chance to
cards
fix
in
it.
hand.
Luna's future on
And
staff.
now you make the staff go away, and I'm
Okay.
very
Staff.
sad.
And
Yup.
that leaves.
I was hoping you might let
One
me keep the
thing.
staff, forgetting I
No.
could confront with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, like staff was
Is-
such a big out for you.
I have 2 cards.
Right,
In my hand.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, one
Because like you could
is
confront blackmail with
Nightmare
staff.
Moon, and the other I don't remember.
Right?
Yes,
Or-
true,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Move
I think that was
Scorpius and
actually
use
on
me
the
to get
table
your
for
point
me,
up.
was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
confront
Free
blackmail.
point. Hooray.
But you
Mm.
don't confront this turn,
Pretty
so I
character.
get a
Pay
point.
1,
Now I only need
think
3.
Yeah.
The clock is ticking,
Um,
Pancake.
We
Ugh.
are.
I do pay
This
to
might
keep
sound
reckless
funny,
endangerment,
but we're going to challenge.
and then
Not
I
full free.
challenge because I need the 3rd
So,
character
I'll
to
flip a card.
confront.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, how weird.
Yeah, no.
Well, also just like getting
how did
as
I lose
many
face
characters as I
off?
can is pretty relevant here.
Actually,
And I
let's
believe
move-
I send Pinky home,
No, yeah, we'll move
the main, because I remember
Pinky
right.
home. That makes the most sense, I think.
It doesn't actually matter.
I wonder what troublemaker I should find here.
But I do decide to banish
Well,
Grogar
Banish Grogar.
because I want to
Pay 2
confront.
and move Pinky.
Yep.
And Scarface confront for a point.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right.
And that threw me off. I forgot that you could banish Grogar and
Okay.
Okay.
start confronting because my initial plan had been to just
Now I have to
Any
decide
other
something.
main in the game could not confront in this situation.
No.
Any other main.
I wish I could
Okay,
see your
now
dad
this
so
is the turn,
okay.
Pancake. You
This
need
is
to
This is
talk
the
about
turn.
this turn.
Close to
this
not
is the
going
turn
for
where I
like,
go.
going for it by one
I'm
in,
done.
Like 7.
I have.
Okay.
I'm locked out.
So-
I
will
don't have a
not pay
way
for
of
Coriander.
going
Not
fast
pay-
enough.
Oh my god, that
So,
I
I don't see how
what
that's
is my
correct.
actual
Uh,
option that I
Mhm.
have to win the game?
Yeah, and
uh,
you let Coriander die.
I let
pay
Coriander
one
die.
for
And
hearts and
I go into the
horses,
tank on this,
making me
and I'm
discard
like,
2,
well,
Okay.
and the other one.
how do I prevent
yeah,
him from
okay.
confronting?
Yeah, and you make me discard
And
cards. I'm like, okay, these were
then-
worthless cards. Why did you bother?
Yes. The reason being,
It's my only shot.
Okay,
My only shot is that you
is I needed to
don't get Pinky.
get you to not be able to just draw
Okay, yep, I
into
understand.
Pinky, but I had forgotten that Pinky prevents the confront anyways. So
Well, I get it still would have been relevant because I could have stopped you from confronting with
Right,
Pinky.
but like,
yeah, that's true.
So you wanted me to have
oh crap!
as
I
little
I
chance
forgot to look
to
through
draw
your
Pinky
discard.
Yep.
If there was any other friends than
bef-
Pinky.
as possible.
She's the only friend.
Okay, so
And
nope. That's
And
fine.
you
also-
specifically need her to be in the bottom 2 cards of
Also
the deck.
motivational speech
Yes.
too.
yes, and that's why I made you discard was
That
because I
means
was
you
looking at
have
it and
to-
going,
Oh, you can.
that
You have
I just
5
have
power
to
main,
make
right.
shoot the chance that she's in that bottom 2. Like,
Yeah.
Where the heck did I put it?
there was just no other option.
Oh, there it is.
So
Okay. Yep.
now we are you
Oh, right.
grab the
Down.
speech here in a moment,
okay.
but like
Yeah,
now
I-
on top too.
you have to confront every turn for the
Turn.
rest of the
Yep.
game.
14
And-
points.
Yes.
But Twilight
Main
has 5
5.
power on
Yes.
her own. She
Yes.
can just
7
confront
cards in
trading
my deck.
traditions.
This
Yes.
is weird. Draw a card.
And I draw a card.
Pay 1 to
And
draw
I
a
go,
card.
that wasn't it.
Pay 1
That
to
wasn't
draw a
it.
card.
That wasn't
Pay
it.
1 to draw a card.
That wasn't it.
Pay 1 to draw a card.
Uh-huh.
And that wasn't it. Uh-oh. What do I do now? And I come up with a plan. But this is the wrong plan.
Pay 1
I should have just paid to draw Pinky anyway
troublemaker.
to just try and stop you from
Two.
confronting.
Yeah.
On the next turn, right?
Right.
But I come up with a plan. I'm going to play Nightmare Moon,
Go ahead.
who I can challenge and make a friend.
Draw.
And if you don't get rid of my friend, I can confront trading tradition.
2 to move.
Oh,
And you pay 2
Singing barrel white.
Okay.
to
Back to hand.
get your friend into play, and then you play Sweetie Belle
yep.
to mill my Pinky, because you
Singing
can't let me
barrel
have her.
most traditional.
Yep.
use her
It
now.
just it wins you the game.
Next card. Okay.
There,
They
Oh,
are
wrong
They are in
area,
fact
but
there.
whatever.
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, you take
move to
your
confront
3rd
trading
point,
traditions.
Sure.
Yours.
Yes.
Gain 5.
and I have 5 AT. I
Uncover.
uncover a Troublemaker.
Challenge.
Yep.
My hand size has been doubled. This is very relevant. And friend goes home.
Go ahead.
All right.
And I just hope, you have only 3 cards in
Draw.
hand.
Yep. And one of
but
them,
there's a spectacle.
a barrel.
Yeah.
So
But
there's the spectacle.
unfortunately,
Two of
I
those are
completely
no,
missed
that is
this
actually
line that you
one,
had
as long as
as
I
an
don't
out,
buff
though.
Things, I'm good
And
there.
I was concerned about
Um,
playing and
Okay.
pushing
Pay 1 and draw.
Sweetie Belle up to 3 power because of food fight.
mm-hmm.
Pay 1 and draw.
So you also don't want to exhaust my main
Pay 1
here.
and draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't.
Pay 1
It
and
doesn't
draw.
matter if I get rid of Sweetie Belle, because your main is confronting on her own.
Oh, that's
but-
right.
Move to confront for a point.
Sure.
I was exhausted at this point. This
Yeah,
had
and
been a
then-
long game.
Then you
and
discard 1 point, but then
there's
or
that
card,
thing.
and then we remembered. No, wait, you have to
Oh.
discard 4 more
Okay.
cards
yeah,
because I have a Deep Darkness in play.
yeah. And I thought I had it. Like I didn't think you had an out. Like
And
so I had
I just-
finally relaxed my brain, and
Mhm.
You do?
you go.
I confront.
Oh,
trading
hey,
traditions.
here's the win.
Daff.
Because I was much more concerned about
I don't have staff.
for some reason, making sure I
right,
had
you
my
just move
friends.
over.
I just
But-
move over.
Yeah, nope. I had.
Which
an
is
answer for
sad,
that
'cause
too.
I
didn't realize
definitely-
that-
If I had just
Yeah.
kept, I had
if I
3
hadn't gotten
turns of
in my own
keeping
head.
your token off.
Confront for
Yeah.
a point.
Yeah,
More than
yeah.
that, actually, because
GG.
I
No,
locked down
had
your
that game. I
main for
had
2
that
turns.
game and I threw it away.
Well, 1 turn, but yeah. It double exhausts, but it's a main phase action, so it only exhausts
Yeah,
1 for the confront.
So,
But that still also prevents me from making a token that turn, which is pretty relevant.
yeah. So I threw it away at the end.
Yeah.
all that, and my fried brain went, "Hey, I won! You don't
Yep.
have to be concerned." And
As the saying goes, you snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
yeah.
It was a Herculean effort to take it back to that point, though.
Yeah.
Can I just say?
And that was, oh my gosh, that starting draw was so bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely miserable.
Like,
You had to discard 2 of your most important card that you can't get back.
yeah. And then it was 5 AT, 6 AT, just spent just trying to get my main.
I think it was just 4. You paid 3 to draw the 1 turn, and then 1 to draw. Or no, you didn't pay anything to draw the next turn.
Right, yeah. But it was still a turn that spent.
Oh
and
no, you did spend 4. You did spend 4
It was 4 for that first turn, and then I had to spend waiting another turn.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Without anything. So it was fun, but that was a rough matchup.
Yeah, well, hopefully you do better in the losers bracket. I always root for you, except when you're my round 1 opponent.
Except for when you go, all right, let me carry all the anti-farm stuff so I make it through round 1, and I just go.
I mean, I'm aside from the boxes, I didn't include any anti-farm specifically for you.
Yeah, it's just I think that farm deck was better than my farm deck in the mirror matchup.
Yeah, you rely on your friends a lot, and while I do rely on friends, I can make them.
Right. And Chaos Magic Blast is not great when you go, hey, here's a one power friend just lying around.
Yeah, you shot my 1 power friend at home. Good job.
Yeah. But good match.
Yeah, good match to the both of you.
Yeah.
Have our first look at the bracket. Nothing much important has happened yet, with the exception of the one game we just watched. Bugle moves on to the semifinals. Pancake drops down to the lower bracket to await the result of Tom and Ivory's game.
Well, I'm also awaiting the result of Tom and Ivory's game. Yeah.
Both of you are waiting, yes.
I believe they play tomorrow. Though not.
Yes.
It won't be streamed tomorrow, but it will be played tomorrow.
The game is taking place tomorrow. Yes. And it is still to be worked out when exactly everyone out there is going to be seeing the match. Next week's match is going to be live at HithCon, myself and Grandpa's. And then the other 2, yes, we will decide, because yes, Cheese and Hithrock have already played. Tom and Ivory are playing tomorrow, so we actually have some flexibility in how we schedule things for once.
Yeah. Well, not for next week, but for the 2 after.
For the 2 after, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unusual. But speaking of HithCon, that's also going to have live commentary.
It is.
Pancake and I are going to do again
from you guys. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be Saturday.
And there's the core is Saturday, and then the invitational is Sunday, I believe. Right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Have your core deck built?
I don't.
Now here's the real question: is your core deck going to be the same as one of your invitational decks.
That would certainly make it easier.
But then who would play Celestia Farm?
That's right, Pancake's not going to be there. I guess I have to represent there.
The problem with Celestia Farm right now is that since it's a known deck, people can prep for it, and so it's a little bit
It's still
harder.
fun. I think it's
Yeah.
also still good.
Yeah, it's definitely good.
But you are correct, it lost some of its surprise factor.
Yeah.
You're going to go to bring Celestia Farm, and all 7 other people are going to be playing pink yellow with Treehouse.
Yeah, that's going to be... Wow. That is a really sad matchup, isn't it? Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Ugh.
That is actually why Pancake chose the other deck, I believe.
Yep. It's why I went with the Cadence deck, because, well, Treehouse in one deck and the other deck also had like 4 different anti-troublemaker stuff, and it was just like, I don't actually have good ways with the purple matchup.
Yeah, this is the second time you and I have played round 1 in Invitationals, and you went, farm deck, what's that?
Yep. I mean, it's a pretty effective strategy. You just put me off my game, and I go, well, crap.
Well, now that you've played the spell deck, and maybe you'll have some time to practice before the losers bracket. Like maybe it'll jive with you better, and maybe it won't punish you by making you draw 4 duplicates before you get to flip your main.
With 2 of it being one of the best cards in the deck.
The worst part is that the odds of that happening were actually decreased because you only sideboarded out 1 card.
Yeah. And in the first hand, it was, I only had 2 corianders because I sideboarded out 1 coriander. And I just went, oh, okay, maybe I should have started about 2 corianders. But, yeah, that was fun.
I do think Coriander was the correct card to sideboard in this match, because you don't know what I'm going to be doing, and you're not really doing any tricky things with him.
Yeah.
But the second time you played him, you called correctly. That was good.
I called on the right axis. I just missed the wrong card that first time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. Yes, that's true.
Like it was essentially a 50-50 of what card to call, and I just hit the wrong one.
Yeah. Well.
Right.
Yeah. I guess we'll see you all next week. Well,
For
I guess
sure.
you won't.
Yes, you two will see
scared.
everybody next week. Yeah. Thank you thank you to the 2 of you for both playing the game and coming out and doing the commentary. Always appreciate having you on. And thank you to everybody in the chat for being here and watching and chatting, if you did. We are going to be here every week for a couple of months, the way Invitational goes. Every Saturday.
Except for Cider Fest.
Except
right?
for Cider Fest, that's right. Which is, what's at the end of November this year? Or
something like that.
Yeah.
It's really late in the Invitational.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, except for Cider Fest weekend, come back Saturday night. There'll be a game, probably 2. Well, 2 games at least, but maybe 3 for you to watch.
It would be it could be 1 game. Cheese and Hithrock both have BRB, right?
They do. Yes.
That could take 2.5 hours.
Well, without spoiling too much, I'll say just you wait. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I respond to your response.
Anyway, that's going to be it. Us done for tonight. As again, thank you everybody, and see you back here next week for more games.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should actually clarify. Next week will not be the Invitational Saturday evening.
Right. That's a good
That
point.
is the only Saturday evening.
Yes. Yeah, and actually, that's are we going to be streaming that on this channel or on Sim's channel?
That sounds like a question for you to figure out with Sim.
I guess, yeah. That I guess we'll still have to work that out.
But we'll announce. Well,
Yeah, that
yeah,
will
I think,
be announced. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be announced ahead of time for sure.
All right. Otherwise, I'll say it again. Thank you, everybody. Good night. I've been cursedchords. You guys are allowed to sign off too if you want.
I'm L8 Pages.
I'm Pancake. I mean awake.
Oh, I
and
should have
have
gone
a
with
good
solving
one.
problems. It's fine.